Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's really great to see so much interest in Focus Professional because it's pretty exciting for us here at Farm Focus, and particularly in how we work with accountants and advisors. I spend a lot of my time talking to accountants and advisors working with farming clients, and one of the things that comes up again and again is visibility. You want to be able to see what's happening across your farming clients, get the information you need quickly, and actually use that information to have better conversations. And that's what we're here to talk about today. We're going to give you a quick look at where Farm Focus has come from, what we've built specifically for practices, and then Sally is going to show you Focus Professional properly in the product. Before we get into Focus Professional, I think it's worth giving you a little bit of context about Farm Focus, particularly for those who might be new to us. We've actually been around for 45 years, working specifically with farm financial management. Today, more than 10,000 farms across New Zealand and Australia use Farm Focus. So that's a huge amount of farming knowledge and experience behind the platform. We understand farm financials. We understand the nuances of agriculture, and we've spent a very long time building software around the way farmers actually run their businesses. But historically, that experience has been very farmer focused. What we're doing now is taking all of that and asking, how do we make it just as useful for the accountant and advisor sitting alongside that farmer? And Focus Professional is a big part of that. So very quickly, who are we? I'm Zoe Teal, Head of Sales at Farm Focus. I'm based in Victoria, Australia, but I work across the broader Farm Focus business in both Australia and New Zealand. A big part of what I'm working on at the moment is our accounting and advisory channel, getting out and talking to practices, understanding how you're working with farming clients now, where the frustrations are and where Farm Focus can genuinely make that easier. And joining me is Sally Rutherford, our Head of Product. Sally has been right in the middle of building Focus Professional, and importantly, she spends a lot of time talking directly to farmers and accountants about what they actually need. So you're going to hear a bit from me, but Sally is the one who gets to show you the good stuff. Before we do that, we definitely want this to be interactive. There's a Slido QR code on the screen right now, so grab your phone and jump in. Put your questions in as we go. You don't need to wait till the end. And if someone has already asked a question that you are going to ask, just give it an upvote. We'll use those votes to make sure we get to the things that you want to hear about most when we get to the Q&A time. So please use it. We'd rather know what you want to actually talk about and get answered rather than guess. So if you can grab your phones now and get yourself sorted with Slido, that'd be great. So this is really the problem we wanted to solve. Farm Focus has always worked really well at an individual farm level, but of course that's not how you work. You're not looking at one farming client. You might have 10, 20, 50 or more across a practice. And you need to be able to move across those clients easily. You have the right people in your team accessing them and see the information you need and produce reporting without making the whole process harder than it needs to be. So the thinking behind Focus Professional is actually pretty simple. One place to work across your farm focus clients and then give you better tools to do something useful with their data. That's where Workspace and Professional come together. So there's two parts to this, and it's worth separating them. Focus Workplace is essentially your home base as a practice. It gives you one place to manage your focus clients, control staff access, and manage things like your practice branding. Then Focus Professional takes it that step further. That's where we start adding the more sophisticated reporting and analysis tools that you need as an accountant or advisor. So rather than simply having access to a farmer's file, we're giving you the ability to look across entities, consolidate information, compare performance, and get to the things that actually help you have a more valuable conversation with your client. So what do you actually get? This probably best explains it. With Workspace, you've got the practical things that make managing multiple clients easier: your client dashboard, direct access, lock dates, staff access, and custom branding. Then with Professional, we start layering in the things that are really specific to working with farming businesses. You've got consolidated P&L and cash flow for clients with multiple entities. You've got agri-specific reporting, including milk trading statements and livestock valuation and trading statements. You've got EFS reporting with P&L comparison coming as well. And there's plenty more being built behind this. But rather than me sitting here to you talking all about it, I think it makes much more sense to actually show you. And Sally is definitely the right person you want doing that. She's been right in the middle of building this. So Sally, I'll hand over to you and you can show everyone what we've been talking about.
Oh, thanks for that, Zoe, and good morning, everybody. Just a wee reminder about the questions in Slido. I'm sure you'll have lots of questions during the demo, so just pop them in there and vote on other ones, and we'll get to them at the end. So Farm Focus has always been built for farmers by farmers, but we've always really been aware of that trusted relationship that they have with their financial advisors, importantly, the accountant and other advisors. So what we've done is we've sat down in the last sort of 18 months to 2 years and listened to your pain points and jobs to be done and really thought about how Farm Focus can do a better job on saving some of those issues for you and strengthen your relationship with the farmer. So we're really excited to share with you today the professional subscription, and I'm just going to jump in now and show you a bit about it. Right. So just before we get started on the professional subscription, I just want to take you through Workspaces. I know lots of you are already loving Workspaces and are on it already, but some of you won't be familiar with it. So Workspaces is a place where you can bring all your farms into and all your staff into. The farm owner gives you permission to manage all that access control to their farms. So it's quicker, it's more efficient, it's more secure, removes the need for shared logins, so you've got better auditing behind it. It also means you don't have those delays waiting for the farm owner to action your request for access. And on the other end of things, when staff leave your practice, you're not left sitting there with an exposure to them having access until the farm owner remembers to remove them. So it's super simple to set up, and we can certainly help you with that. It also comes with logos as well, so you can attach to those to all your reports for a bit of personalization, and just basic business functions like lock a date. So if you've completed your year end, you don't want that data moving after that, so you can lock that data down. So that's all great, and that's all part of our Workspace offering. But what's even more exciting is what's coming with the professional offering. And you access this from within a workspace. So all you need to do is jump down here into our marketplace, and you can see here I've already purchased it, it's enabled, but you simply would go in there and enter in your details. Alternatively, you can get in touch with our sales team, they can help you with that as well. So what we're seeing from talking to you all is a rise in the multi-farm or multi-business ownership. And with this comes a need for consolidated reporting and the ability to see the overall financial view of a customer's entire business. So previously, this would have been done via Excel spreadsheets. So you'd be manually taking all the data and entering it into a spreadsheet, really time consuming and obviously prone to manual error. So now all you have to do is jump into a workspace here. You can set up your code lists very simply here. Now you can create a code list from scratch if that's what you want to do, or you can use one of the existing code lists that are already there. So in this case here, I have set up my code list name. I've chosen some farms that I want to see a consolidated view for, added those. I can also add any members of staff to view these consolidated reports as well. So once I've done that, I'm ready to go. I just simply hit save on that and jump into my reports here. And you can see here, we've got the consolidated profit and loss, the consolidated cash flow summary, and the EFS is coming as well. But if I just show you here what it looks like, so you can see I've chosen my farms in there. I can select the data set I want to see. Do I want to see a payment or accrual view? Hit apply, and there we have it, the lovely consolidated view. Much like you would see in the cash flow, you can choose to zip that up at a higher level or see it down at all the detail. And then you have the consolidated bank balances across the bottom here, right down at the bottom here. So this enables faster decision making, as you can see the total performance of a business at a glance. Banks are quite often asking for this when they want to see the entire business, not just the individual farm. And also it's great for reporting to shareholders and investors too. So next within the professionals is the EFS comparison report. So as you'll know, we've always had the EFS report that lives at a farm level. So I'm going to jump back into a farm now and go into our reporting section here. The EFS report, just to remind you all, is that really powerful combination of financial and production information together to get you the overall farm performance. And what we've done with the EFS comparison, which is unlocked when you purchase a professional subscription, is you have the ability to compare year on year. And that's actually up to 5 years. You can do that comparison. So over quite a period of time. In this case, I'm in a sheep and beef farm, so I'd be selecting the meat and fibre view. I'm going to compare my working plan this year to last year's actuals. So when I hit that, it's going to go away and grab all that data for me and load it into a nice view here, side by side. As always with the EFS report, you've got all your physical data at the top here, and then going down, you get into the financial information and all those KPIs that are so relevant. You can choose to switch on and off any of those KPIs. Just like you can in the other report, the EFS standalone report. And obviously these KPIs are tailored to whether you're sheep and beef or milk production. So having that ability to be able to track year-on-year changes really identifies those areas that drive profit and where efficiencies can be made, and also to spot opportunities as well. So as you can see, this is really elevating your advisory role to beyond just cash flow. We also have the EFS now, but the P&L is coming. So another great feature that we've introduced as well is our Farm Assistant and Reporting Insights. So this is actually available in all the subscriptions. As you can see up here, we have this little Farm Assistant up here. What we're often seeing is our users use it just for, can I pay my bank balance and can I cover my bills this month? So that's quite a common query we're seeing, and it just gives back a nice little chat here that is really easy for the user to read and understand what's going on, and then they can choose to have just a natural English conversation with the Farm Assistant to drill into that further. It just saves users who aren't comfortable navigating their way through the app from really simply being able to access their information. So great feature. Alongside the reports as well, you will also see your little this little symbol here. You can click on that in any of the reports and it will give you an insight. So if you can imagine something like the variance report, lots of numbers on the page. Some of our users struggle to know where to start with it. The insights will just hit that button and it will just give a really nice summary saying, hey, these are some things we think you need to drill into. Take a closer look at this. So it's pointing the user in the right direction. So within the professionals subscription, as we've actually taken this up a notch, both the Farm Assistant and the reporting insights. So you'll get reporting insights across far more of the reports. And with the Farm Assistant, you're actually going to get deeper insights. So behind the scenes, what that means is we're actually using more advanced models for better analysis and reasoning. So that's going to enable you to have those better conversations with your clients and provide more value to that relationship. So that is on the AI side of things. And then we have the agri-tailored reports for the end of year reporting. So if I jump into a dairy business here, I'm going to show you the milk trading statement. So once again, it's having everything in one place. It's all within Farm Focus under the reporting section here. I'm going to run it for last year's actuals. All this season gets pulled in automatically from the dairy forecaster. You can manually put in your deferred payments from last year, and then this section just lets you add or minus any other bits of information that you want in there. In this case, I've stripped out dairy levies. You might want to take out contract milker payments and other things. So if I apply that, now I've got my milk trading statement ready for end of year reporting. So as you can see, we've got the production on this side and the dollars on the right hand side there. It goes through this season, last season, plus or minus any adjustments you want to make there. And then you have your dollars per kilo of milk solids down the bottom there. And actually what we've done is introduced functionality where you can copy this to the Xero clipboard. All the journals go through and it just tucks in nicely into your end of year reporting pack, all with the push of a button. So really simple. We also have the livestock valuation and trading statements. So I'll jump into a sheep and beef farm to demo that. And again, this will be unlocked once you purchase professionals. You'll just see it, excuse me, sorry, in the list there. Actually, I am going to jump into livestock valuations first. So you can see here, I've run one for the 25 year already. Excuse me, sorry. So it's giving us a lovely summary at the top here. You can see all those different stock classes. We actually support a number of modes. We do NSC, weighted average, FIFO, herd schemes and mix. So all the schemes are supported there. And the beauty of this is that you just can use your farm focus numbers directly, and we've already loaded all the prices. So again, it's a really simple push of the button. We are just working through all the scenarios at the moment. We've just got a few of those little tricky scenarios to cover off. And then it's all done. So if you purchase professionals, you get an opportunity to be part of that conversation, and we can help you with those maybe outlying scenarios as well. So running through the report here, you've got the tax summary at the top here. You can see a bit more detail, the working paper that sits underneath it there. As I said, I've chosen a mixed scheme, so you can see I've got my breeding rams on the herd scheme. Everything else is on NSC. This is the, I guess, the detail, the movements of the actual stock in here. You can automatically just choose to accept the farm focus numbers, or you can come in and manually override it, because we know not all livestock recs are created equally. So you might choose to just key those numbers in yourself. Up to you. And then there's a lovely balance at the end there to make sure everything's good, and some more information at the end there. We also support high priced animals as well. And then from there, we can just jump in and view the livestock trading statement. I haven't loaded the information for 24, but if I had, it would be there. And there's the statement. And once again, that will flow through into Xero, just like the milk trading statement. So everything you need there for end of year reporting. So with this particular one, I have just run it for sheep, but we do support all the multiple stock types there.
That's awesome. Thanks, Sally. There's certainly a lot in there, and hopefully you guys can all see where this starts to become really useful when you're working across multiple farming clients. We have had one question that's come through Slido, which is great, what costs are associated with this enhancement? And that's great, because that leads me into what we're going to have a chat about next, and that is the costs. We've deliberately tried to keep this simple. And don't forget, if you've got any questions there, just to use the QR code to scan and send those in. So as I mentioned, when it comes to pricing, we've deliberately tried to keep this simple. Now, Focus Workspace is $299 a year, and it's free if you're a Farm Focus partner. Then Focus Professional gives you everything in Workspace, plus all of the additional reporting and functionality that Sally has just taken you through. And importantly, we're not charging you per client. It's one annual price for your workspace, regardless of how many Farm Focus clients you're managing it with. We're launching Professional at an introductory price of $999 per year. And after the introductory period, it will be $12.99 per year. So as your number of Farm Focus clients grows, you're not watching your Professional fee grow with it. So partnering with Farm Focus is something else we've been working on, and something that I'm particularly excited about is how we partner with accounting and advisory practices. Because if you're introducing Farm Focus to your clients, helping them get set up and then working with them in the platform, we want there to be a genuine benefit to your practice as well. So we've completely simplified our partner program. We don't want complicated tiers, different earn rates, or a program where you need a spreadsheet to work out what you actually get. It's intentionally straightforward. Under the standard program, once you're managing 10 or more farm focused clients, you qualify as a farm focused partner. And once you qualify, you receive a 30% discount on every new client subscription you bring on. And that's ongoing, not just for the year, not until you hit another tier, 30% in perpetuity. Your Focus Workspace is also free, so that's another $299 a year that you're not paying. And there's no tiers or earn rates to climb through. We want the relationship to be simple. If you're actively working with farm focused clients and growing with us, we want to recognise that. For our existing partners, you can move into the program as soon as you qualify, and we're not changing any existing discounts or agreements you may already have in place. And because we're launching the new partner program now, we're making it even easier to get into. Normally, you'd need 10 managed clients to qualify, but through to the 31st of December 2026, we've dropped that to 5. So if you already have a handful of farming clients using Farm Focus, or you've got clients you think would be a good fit, you don't need to get all the way to 10 before you start receiving the partner benefits. Get to 5 during the introductory period and you qualify. After December 31st, the normal 10 client threshold comes back in. So if you're sitting there thinking, actually, we could probably get to 5 pretty quickly, then come and talk to us. That's exactly what this offer is designed for, and we'd love to talk to you about it.
Thanks, Zoe. Yeah, so obviously just demoed lots of great features there, but just like Farm Focus, we're never standing still. We're always looking to add and improve the product. So exactly the same thing with the professional subscription. So we have just released the assets register with full depreciation, and that's for all subscriptions. And really that's just a building block to take us into the balance sheet. So having that balance sheet is going to give those farms that full financial 360 picture of the farm business, including equity. So all 3 reports will be available in Farm Focus. That'll be the cash flow, the P&L, and the balance sheet. So that's really exciting. We're also working on customised reporting packs, so being able to tailor those packs for your business and your client's business as well. Again, you can put any reports you like in there, commentary, add commentary. Those AI summaries you saw before, they'll be able to be pulled in and set up customisable key metrics and KPIs. So 2 really exciting things coming in that space. And then just AI. AI is just exploding. There's lots of innovation happening in that space. Yeah, it's pretty good. So really everything that we're doing here really makes Farm Focus that one-stop tool to do it all. And, as the trusted advisor, we hope that adds more value for you and really strengthens those client relationships.